Hey Fixers, I just wanted to show you real quick how I'm preparing for week 1 of the Fix, what meals I'm eating, how many containers I get, how I'm prepping some of the food, and then also how I'm going to be portioning it into containers, throwing it in the fridge so that I'm ready to go for the week. And I just want to show you some of my meal prep just to make it a little bit easier for you, especially if this is your first time doing the Fix. So what I did was I went and figured out how many containers I get of each color, what calorie bracket I fall into, and I'm also currently nursing, so I'm adding about 500 additional calories. So what I did was I went through, figured out my containers, and then I went through 7 days, day 1, day 2, day 3. I have a family, I have a husband, I also have a 2-year-old, and so I made some of my dinners at the evening a little more family friendly, like stir fry, some spaghetti, lettuce wraps, burgers. Number 1 tip is find, if you're going to plan a meal for an evening, like for your family, pick something that you can use double throughout the week. So for me, my stir fry, I'm adding in mushrooms because I'm also going to put my mushrooms on my salad for part of my green container. I also have lettuce wraps, I have burgers, and then I also have spaghetti squash with ground turkey. So what I'm doing is with my rice, that's also going to be maybe one of my dinners, but it's also going to be used in my stir fry. So find something that you can double up on, then you're not spending a ton of money at the grocery store individually, not being able to reuse anything throughout the week. So what I did was I prepped all of my veggies, I washed all my produce up. So for snacks, I have fruit, and I washed up all my strawberries. When I'm going to portion that out at the end of the meal prep, I washed up some cherry tomatoes that are also going to go on my salad, also serve as a snack with my hummus. And also I'm going to roast a couple of these just on the stove real quick before we eat our spaghetti and throw them in the spaghetti. I washed up broccoli, carrots as part of stir fry, but also as raw veggies with my hummus. I cooked up some ground turkey. This is going to be part of our spaghetti squash. Now for my 2-year-old, I'm going to roast up some noodles, and for my husband and I, will have the spaghetti squash with some mushrooms and ground turkey and just an organic pasta sauce from the jar. I cooked up my rice and I did about 2 cups worth of rice, and this is going to act as a side for me throughout the week, but also for stir fry. And my husband sometimes just likes to heat this up with, a piece of chicken or even with a steak as a side. Also for one of my snacks, I have some hard-boiled eggs sitting in ice cold water right now that I'm going to peel up. Half of them are going to be a snack for me every day, and the other half I'm actually going to whip up just a real easy egg salad so that my husband has that as, a lunch, or if I don't want something that I prepared for the week, I have another option. I'm going to have eggs and kale in the morning. Now my kale, all you do to prepare kale, or what I do, is I hold it by the spine here. I wash it, let it dry a little bit. I hold it by the spine and I just tear off of the spine so that this goes right in the pan, or if you're going to do a salad or whatever, this just sits in a baggie. Store your kale in a baggie, but leave it open. Don't close it and contain that moisture. It likes to breathe. The other thing that we're doing is we're doing sweet potatoes. Now, all I've done is I've quartered up about 4 sweet potatoes. I'm going to roast them in the oven, and this is also going to be a side throughout the week. The other thing, I have some cucumbers for salad. I have over here some tempeh that I've cooked up. Now, tempeh is just this is an organic tempeh. It's brown rice and soybeans, and it comes in a big block. I cook mine up very, very crispy in a little coconut oil. I don't count the coconut oil in my containers because, there's maybe a drop on each one. So I cook it up just on the stove. I throw in some Cajun seasoning, Himalayan salt, black pepper, whatever smells good to me, I throw it in there. The last thing that we're making is some stir fry. So what I'm doing with the stir fry, I have peppers, I have mushrooms, I have zucchini, and snap peas, and those are all gonna go in a pan. I'm gonna cook them and just until the snap peas and the peppers are bright green, and then I'm gonna shut it off because it's gonna be reheated throughout the week. So the food that you're making, keep in mind you're gonna be reheating it maybe a couple times. And then with this, we're gonna throw in some chicken breasts and some rice on the side. You can cook them on the stove, on the grill, whatever's easiest, but do it ahead of time if you can, just to save yourself a little bit of trouble. That spaghetti squash right here, I'm gonna half that, put it on a baking sheet, and bake it for probably about 20 minutes on like 350. And then if you've ever seen spaghetti squash come off out of the inside, you just fork it and it just shreds for you. That's just gonna go in a container so that I can plate it all together when we're ready to eat it. And the last thing I picked up just from the store, while my husband has a beef burger, we picked up some salmon burgers, and I just cooked these on the stovetop. I might have this on like a lettuce wrap, or if I have another yellow that I need to use up, I'll put it on a whole wheat bun. I want to walk you through one day of prep. I'm going to show you how to use the containers, and I'm going to show you how I prep my 7 days in advance. So I get 5 green, 3 purple, 5 red, 4 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 5 teaspoons. I'm nursing, so I added 500 extra calories, which bumped me up to the 3rd calorie bracket, which is 18 to 2,000. It's a range, it's not specific. So if you're pregnant or nursing, I suggest you do the same thing. For my breakfast, I'm gonna do a scrambled egg, which is 1 red. I'm gonna do a green of kale, okay? And then I'm also gonna do a green of mushrooms for my breakfast, okay? So that's gonna go in a container along with my egg. I'm ready to go for breakfast. My snack, I'm gonna do a purple of strawberries, and I'm also gonna do a kiwi, okay, with that. And that's gonna be my mid-morning snack. My lunch is gonna be a tempeh salad. So I'm gonna fill up a green, and I'm gonna do 2 green. So I'm gonna do 1, and it's just a combination of spinach, a little bit of kale, maybe romaine, whatever you like, you can have. A red of tempeh. Okay, throw that all together. I'm also gonna do a green of broccoli and cucumber mixed together, maybe a couple tomatoes, okay, for my salad. And then the dressing is gonna go in your orange, and what I'm gonna leave that off for the end, but what dressing I'm gonna use, it's in your book. It's the lemon garlic recipe. Okay, so that's done. And I'm also gonna use part of my blue with my avocado, and I'm just going to chunk it. It's a quarter that you get of an avocado, okay? My afternoon snack is Shakeology. Right now I'm not replacing a meal with it because I am nursing, so it's gonna be Shakeology. It's gonna be a banana. My almond milk is a yellow, and that's gonna be my afternoon snack. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do a salmon patty with a lettuce bun. I'm gonna do a yellow, is your carbohydrate, a yellow of some whole grain brown rice. And then I'm also gonna do a green of some broccoli. Now I'm just gonna throw this on the stove. When I'm ready to eat it, throw that right in there, cook it up, and that's gonna be my dinner. My teaspoons, I suggest you look in the book how to use your teaspoons, whether it's peanut butter in your shake or some coconut oil. Refer to your book for those suggestions. If you have any questions, feel free to holler, and best of luck.